I would just like to say a few things as a president's report. I'd like to welcome everybody back, staff, administration, and students. I hope you had a good day, a good first day, and I hope your year is wonderful. I also wanted to welcome, back in September, Kathy Holcomb, our governor, made a mandate that we needed to have a student rep on our board for every school in New York State, and we do have one. Madeline Pingowski, must be she couldn't make it, but she'll be attending our meeting. She is not a voting member or an executive session, but I'm really happy that we have a student to come to our board meetings, or else a great source for us, so I'm sure Matt will be here as soon as she, probably the next week. She can say anything to you, she may come. We'll see.
She said she may.
Okay.
We'll see if she attends by the end.
Okay. Two upcoming events I just want to talk about. September 24th, we have the elementary back to school meeting. That's at 4:45 again. And September 25th, junior senior high school open house at 6 p.m. And then October 2nd is the next scheduled board meeting at 6 p.m. here right in the cafeteria. Okay, I'm going to need move on to board action items, H1.
Not yet, though. Yeah, we got 2 reports we got to make.
Oh, God, I forgot that these guys over there. All right. Who's going first?
I'll take first. Well, first of all, just I want to acknowledge the room. Here we have a few community members that are here, celebrating with us this evening, but I have a sneaking suspicion that the majority of the folks that are in attendance here are here for our honored staff that received tenure tonight. So first of all, congratulations to our staff that are here and receiving their well-deserved tenure. Your formal recognition is upcoming very soon. To you, your peers, your family, your friends that are here with you, thank you for being here. It's an important night to celebrate your accomplishment. So thank you all for being here, and most important, thank you to our honorees for being here as well. I'd also like to point out that we have a new member at the table tonight. So we have our new business manager, Ms. Taryn Green. So Taryn, welcome to Mechanicville. We're privileged and honored to have you as part of our family here. And a lot going on in a very short time here in the first couple of days. And obviously we had our opening conference days for staff development on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. And that was really a culmination of just a lot of preparation, a lot of work, and a lot of training from multiple parts of our district, from our facilities, making sure that these buildings, these classrooms were in the shape that they were in, to be ready, to be available, to welcome not only our staff, but our students today. Our cafeteria staff, making sure that they had everything in line, ready to go. Our office staff, our administration, in the offices instead, just to make sure that throughout the summer, they were working, not only hard, but diligently to make sure that everything was in line, that our schedules were ready, that our accommodations were at hand, that we were in compliance. So a lot of pieces coming together in order to make that opening day happen. So thank you to all of our office staff, all of our building staff, all of our O&M, for getting everything ready and getting it off the ground. We had a great couple of days, just a real positive opening to the 25-26 school year. Staff came in. It was just an absolute honor to have some conversations of what they expect this year. And in turn, having just some dialogue about what do you want this year to look like for you, so that you're best supporting our kids in a very pivotal time of their educational journey. So I wanted to share just a few of the slides and a few of the messages that we talked about. We wanted to make sure that people knew you're back, and not only is it good to have you back, we welcome you back. And we wanted to get everyone in the school frame of mind. Really transitioning from what we were doing over the summer to what we have to really start focusing on now. And it's not just about cell phones. It's really getting back into the mindset of kids. realizing and knowing that every kid can learn, and our task is a very daunting one. It's making sure that we meet each kid where they are to give them.
Nobody's born smart. We all start at zero. Can't talk, can't walk, certainly can't do algebra. Adding, reading, writing alike. Nobody's good at anything at first. There was a time when Einstein couldn't count to 10. And Shakespeare had to learn his ABCs just like the rest of us. Thankfully, we're born to learn. Slowly, surely, you stumble, slip, crawl, fall, and fail, and fall. Frustrating, confusing, trying, struggling, until one day, you walk. One foot in front of the other, one idea on top of the next. Each wrong answer making your brain a little bit stronger. Failing is just another word for growing, and you keep going. This is learning. Knowing that you'll get it, even if you haven't gotten it yet. Because the most beautiful, complex concepts in the whole universe are built on basic ideas that anyone, anywhere can understand. Whoever you are, wherever you are, you only have to know one thing. You can learn anything.
That's what it's all about. It's about learning. It's about growing. It's about succeeding. Sometimes a lot of the messages that we hear on the media have nothing to do with learning in education. We hear about cell phones, we hear about devices, and we hear about all the things that happen in or around schools that impact our kids, that impact our educators. But it's about getting back to basics, and it's about getting back to learning. That's not to say that some of those initiatives don't impact some in a profound way. The distraction-free schools. So today was day one. I'm sure Mr. Dykeman and Mr. Mitchell will speak to it. It's not a bad rollout. Some folks struggled with putting some devices away. That's going to be expected. We talked about this back in August. These kids had unfettered access to their devices all summer long, and we expect them to just come to school and go cold turkey. Well, that doesn't come without some behaviors, and it doesn't come without some trepidation and some anxiety. But our kids did great. A lot of the feedback that was had from folks out there in the cafeteria, in the hallways, just the overall chatter that was going on was a little bit more prevalent. When people are attached to their phones, not paying attention to what's around them, it really helps some folks to be a little bit more present. So overall, it was a great first rollout. Not everybody's happy with it. Not every kid's happy with it. Not every adult is happy with it. The feedback that we had from the initial rollout stemmed anywhere from, I love this and it's well overdue, to tell me where to pick up my kid when you suspend them because you're not getting their phone. And that was from adults. So, okay. We knew that there was going to be that. If anybody has an issue with the distraction-free schools policy, contact your local representative and or the governor's office. But let's, we did take a look at what was ahead in 25-26. And the goal for this year, it was to make instruction innovative and engaging. We want to provide support and leverage our staff and their talents, our programs that we have and our tools to make learning real, relevant, and relatable. I don't think anybody would say that that's not what education is all about. Prepare our students for what comes next, regardless of what level, and prepare them for the world of tomorrow today while faced with yesterday's constraints. Because we talked about this a year and probably 2 years ago as well. What the state is moving, that is the definition of a portrait of a graduate, not as much revolves around content, but what we do is really teaching the skills that kids need in order to be a successful adult. Critical thinking, collaboration, communication, problem solving, social emotional competence, literacy across content areas are all of the utmost importance for kids that are entering the workforce or they're entering post-secondary school. So that's really what it's all about. We took a look at the World Economic Forum Jobs Report 2020. The skills that kids need become less and less about content, because even though we're asking them to put it away, most of the content lives within the web. It lives online. But how to access that, what's real, how to discern fact from fiction, how to be able to use those soft skills in a workforce to collaborate, communicate, problem solve, think critically and out of the box. That's what job seekers are going to be looking for in the years to come. And we want to make sure our kids are more than prepared for that. We talked about the old version of Bloom's taxonomy. Relay the information that I give you and recite it back to me. Those days are done. Because a lot of times we view school the way that we know school as adults. That's not the reality of society currently. You take Bloom and you flip it on its head. Start creating something. Start making something. And then start to pull it apart and learn why it is that it works the way that it does. Evaluate, analyze, apply, understand, and remember in that order, not the other way around. So it really starts to make you think about what learning might look like now compared to when some of us were in high school 20, 30, 40 plus years ago, because it's different. And just because it's different doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that we need to come to the reality of what education needs to be in order to best prepare our kids. So we took a look at some priorities and rethinking how school looks today and fostering that culture of innovation where students and staff engage in that creative, relevant, and meaningful learning experience that sparks curiosity to support a deeper understanding of learning. To use multiple weights and measures that we can assess students and help them grow and target their individual strengths and needs by using data to help drive instruction and develop strong literacy skills that empower our kids to be confident readers, writers, and communicators across all content areas. Because we talked that that's what our kids need to move forward. And then we wanted to make it the best year that we could. And I'll tell you, at this point right now, I'm privileged to say that we are off to a great start. And it didn't come cheap and it didn't come easy, and there's a lot of people to thank. So that's a recap of just the first couple of days. And before we move to the buildings, any questions from the board in respect to the first couple of days?
It's good news.
Yeah.
Very good news.
So I'd like to call up Mr. Dykeman. And Mr. Dykeman, floor is yours. Clicker's up there. Hopefully it works. If not, gotcha.
Thanks.
This on? All right, great. All right, so I have the pleasure of calling forward, if she's able to. I see she has her hands full. Bring the baby, come on. This is so awesome. She's bringing. Bring more family. Don't be sorry. This is great. Gosh. Tell me that's not the best part of your day. So it was funny. My daughter went to Clark. We brought her off to school, and Lindsay was in her classroom, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like looking at her beautiful girls and my little girls off to college, and I started to tear up. I thought Lindsay was gonna make fun of me, like, come on, dude. but it was a special moment. So, but not as special as what we're about to talk about right now. So it is my pleasure and honor to recommend Mrs. Lindsay Zabilski for tenure. Mrs. Zabilski has been a very dedicated elementary school teacher at Mechanicville Elementary School for the past 4 years. She has been a vital member in our first grade team during her entire tenure, bringing amazing ideas and energy to our first grade building, excuse me. Mrs. Zabilski completed her undergraduate coursework at SUNY Oswego in elementary education, and then completed her master's coursework at UAlbany with a degree in curriculum development and instructional teaching. She has sat on many committees that have steered our school and district in the positive direction that it's going in, including our building leadership team, our MTSS committee, and was a key player with the revamping of our report cards. Her strengths align with our building and district goals of increasing connectedness with and among our students and staff. She demonstrates this on a daily basis by creating a classroom environment that is engaging and exciting, that each student can be successful in their own unique way. Mrs. Zabilski's philosophy of helping kids is simple: to treat each student like they are her own. In addition to her school family, she has been quite busy for the past year and a half with the start of her own beautiful family with her husband Anthony and his two beautiful little girls, Amelia and Eliza. On behalf of Mechanicville City School District, it's my pleasure to give Mrs. Lindsay Zabilski my highest recommendation and endorsement for tenure.
Great job.
Congratulations.
Best part of my day. Well, one of the best parts, I should say. All right. Okay, so before.
Is working okay.
Oh, sure.
I had the pleasure of being one of Lindsay's parents. She had my son, and here our district is really lucky to have her.
Awesome, absolutely. Great. Very awesome. All right, so before we kick it off, I just have some thank yous I'd like to throw out there. Again, thank you to Mr. Kolakowski and our Board of Education for your continued support and trust in what we do. I want to thank our admin team who have been incredibly helpful and supportive. It's a great team, and I appreciate our collaboration in preparing our students for today and for the school year. And Ms. Peluso has been killing it up the hill, and I don't know down the hill, but she's been very instrumental in taking on quite a day. But she's done it with grace and love for our students, so it's been great working with her so far today. Our custodial crew, the oversight of Mr. Manzer and Mrs. McDonald, who came together to get our building ready for the year. My main office staff, and I see Jo over there, she's going to kill me later. She's my right hand, and I don't know what I would do without her. And also my other team of amazing office staff, Amy DeMarco and Patty Stefarella. They've worked tirelessly to finalize everything to get us ready for our students and our families, and it's a big key of why it was such a successful day today. Also, I want to thank our amazing teachers and staff who have been working so hard with getting their rooms ready and preparing for the arrival of our students. Thanks to our families and school community for their continued trust and support. And finally, thanks to all of our students who we will challenge to be safe, responsible, and respectful to work on being the best students, friends, and citizens of this amazing community every day they come to school. All right, so we had a great couple of days of formative days, I should say, of training and staff development. We started these days of training with an inspiring kickoff from Mr. Kolakowski, and being in the same room with the entire district, it was electric. A lot of great energy was coming from the whole entire district as a whole. We can get everybody together. I had the opportunity to kick off our first meeting of the year with our entire elementary school staff, getting them fired up for the school year with some words of wisdom and sharing this year's theme, inspired by the wonderful world of Disney, as you can see, with the task of making Mechanicville Elementary School the most magical place on earth by enhancing our staff's talents to do amazing things to meet the academic, social, and emotional needs of our students. Okay, over the summer, okay, great, thanks, Tim. We were blessed to have donations of backpacks and school supplies donated to our students from our friends at McDonald's and from County Waste. And on behalf of Mechanicville Elementary School, we'd like to thank them for this very generous donation and being partners to help our families in our community to help our kids. Let's see. Okay, first day of school at MES. So this morning, starting at approximately 8:40, we had 555 eager and fired up students show up to our school. All hands were on deck as we safely got each student settled in, and our teachers and staff began their long journey of walking our students through their daily routines and started creating positive habits throughout the day. It was awesome seeing all of our students and our parents taking in all of the first day of school excitement. Of course, our priority and goal for the first few days is to get our students comfortable in our school, making connections and building relationships. had the opportunity to visit every classroom, to welcome students back, to set a positive tone, and ask for our students to be the best students, friends, and citizens of Mechanicville can be. Okay, so tomorrow I plan on meeting with every pod and every grade level to go over our school-wide behavior expectations to be safe, responsible, and respectful. And we're looking forward to having those discussions with the kids just to get them all on the same page of what we expect for them as students, not only in their classrooms, but in the hallways, during lunch, on the bus, in the bathrooms, etc., etc. Okay, our PTA has already hit the ground running. I want to thank them for their donations of apples and some markers and other miscellaneous supplies this morning. It was nice to walk into that. We have two new PTA officers on our PTA. New Secretary Rob Anderson and Treasurer Crystal Salerno. I'm looking forward to working with them and creating amazing opportunities for our staff and students. And looking forward to our partnership for another great year. Okay, just a reminder, we have our back to school night on September 24th. We're going to continue with 2 sessions. Kindergarten, first and second grade from 4:45 to 5:45, and third, fourth, and fifth from 6 to 7. Also, during the evening, students will have the opportunity, and parents will have the opportunity to meet with our special areas teachers, our PPS team, our AIS teachers, and also the community, the PTA will have some tables, including Seal a Smile, with some information and other things for our students and families to look at. Each classroom teacher will provide a 10-minute presentation about the academic and behavior expectations in their grade levels, and we're looking forward to getting our families in their school on that day. Okay, we have the Albany Bike Ride for Missing Children planned, coming back. This will be the 3rd year in a row that we are having them. They kicked it off first with on September 16th, a Internet and Safety Assembly for students. We'll hold 3 grade level and age appropriate assemblies, empowering our students with very important information to keep safe and to be responsible. And then on the 19th, the bike ride event itself will be happening, and hundreds of bikers from across the area will be visiting our campus. And we'll be cheering them on, and we'll be especially cheering on Mrs. Rocco, who will be participating in that event in our library. Okay, is that near you? Okay. Okay, we had our pre-K kindergarten orientation and supply drop-off last week. We were very busy with that. We had the opportunity to meet our newest students, our pre-K on Monday, and our kindergarten orientation on Wednesday. Had a chance to crack a few bad dad jokes, and our students met their teachers, and we had a chance to take a bus ride. The kids are always excited about that. Our theme was Where the Wild Things Are, and we had some smiling faces getting fired up to start the year. On Monday and Tuesday, we had our supply drop-off, and our students came in to get paperwork, drop off supplies, of course, making our school look like a Costco. And we handed out some free stuff with our PTA, and we were able to get some membership going, and had a chance to meet many of our students and families throughout the day. All right, so that's what's going on up the hill. Any questions for me?
The bus is going on, all right?
Bus and transportation in general today, Coach? It was awesome. Yeah. It was amazing. And again, let's give Mr. Pratt, I think, a round of applause, because he is what an asset he is. It was amazing. The drop off, and of course you're going to be a couple minutes behind, but in fairness, not to brag, but the buses left right on time, right at 3:30, and our student pickup 3:35 or 3:35. So that's 5 minutes past the projected time, and I'll take that any day on the first day.
Very good.
Yeah, very pleased, very happy principal.
Don, is there, I heard from some 5th graders, is there an option this year during chorus where the kids have the ability to participate in like a drama style club with Miss Bacon?
Yeah, we actually had some work that I think that I'm going to talk to our new lady over here, Mrs. Green, on bringing. Last year we had the opportunity to secure Title IV grants, and we picking Miss Green's brain a little bit to see if we have any money available to continue some of those clubs. And in some of what I would like to do would be a drama club type of situation. But all fifth graders will participate in chorus, in band, of course, and we're looking forward to add other opportunities after school, like a drama club, continued intramural program, and some other ideas that are swirling in my head that I would like to continue.
That's so exciting.
Excellent. All right.
Good.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Dykeman.
All right, Mr. Mitchell.
All right, few babies, what do you got?
First and foremost, congratulations, Lindsay. Outstanding accomplishment, well deserved. Congrats to you, two beautiful daughters and your husband. Secondly, I'm not going to put our Miss Green on the spot here. She's probably still figuring out how to get to school, so let's give her a couple days. No, in all seriousness, again, I want to piggyback what Coach Stagg said, and Kevin and Don. And thank you to all the people that play a part. Our board, thank you for the support. Again, Joe Manzer and the staff, Mike Pratt, just the flexibility that they have when things need to change. Today we had a couple of kids miss the BoE bus, PM BoE bus, and somehow, some way, Mike Pratt always finds a way to get another bus over here. So that's what we do, and there's no different on day one. I will say this is year 20, year 21. Probably the night before the first day was probably more anxious given some of the tweaks, mandates, and changes. But I'm happy to say from the feedback from our staff this afternoon that really encouraged, and to your point, Mr. Kolakowski, a lot of conversations and a lot of socialization. And again, I don't think it's a very popular change to a lot of our students in the community, but please know that the return on investments over the course of moving forward this year and next, I think you're going to see more well-rounded kids and hopefully less dependent on technology. So, without further ado, one of the main reasons we're here, I'd like to call up the staff members that we're going to honor tonight. So please, if you would come up here and join me. So, I take pride, first and foremost, we do an outstanding job retaining their staff. Over the course of my 6 years here, we have not had a lot of turnover, and I'm very thankful for that because our staff develop incredible relationships with our kids, and we want that to be consistent over our students' careers. I also get criticized, made fun of, what have you, when identifying the right profile for Mechanicville. And I often say they probably would remember that we could go to Cambridge, Massachusetts on the campus of Harvard doesn't mean a PhD professor can teach at Mechanicville. I can tell you without question, without hesitation, the 4 that are with us tonight and the 1 that was unable to make it, they fit Mechanicville. I remember meeting all of them for the first time. And I'll start with, to my right, Jimmy Mariano. And it's fair to say that Jimmy's path leading him to tenure here in Mechanicville was not a traditional one, but the integrity that Mr. Mariano has shown and the care and love of our students, the colleagues that he works with, and the impact that he makes on a day-to-day basis. It's fair to say that Jimmy has had a very fluid schedule. We've asked him to do a lot of different things, and some challenging. One of our school goals is to increase our literacy, and Jimmy's been a major part of setting the foundation and getting these kids to grow academically. The way he's approached it, and some of the called curveballs that he has faced to be here tonight, without question, recommending with the highest certainty of tenure to not only you, Mr. Kolakowski, but our board. So I thank Jimmy. Congratulations on that. Jimmy's right as Beth Clacadera, one of our Spanish teachers, and I told her I was going to say it, and I'm going to say it again. 4 years ago over the summer, Beth came in basically on 2 wheels to interview, sweating that from a summer camp with youth down there in Stillwater, and a very casual conversation. It was abundantly clear about 30 seconds in how much she loved kids, and that's what it's all about. And not all the conversations are always go well, and some, obviously we have some challenges and our students have bad days, but Beth is one that our students go to. Whether they're current students of Beth or former students of Beth, somehow they find their way down to that 7th grade hall, and that means more to me than a lot of other things. So, again, without hesitation, Ms. Lacladera is an asset here, and without question should receive tenure. And that's when we pick the good ones. Congratulations. To Ms. Lacladera's right is Amy Stott, Ms. Molina. We met 3 years ago. She came from the district and was tenured in a local district on the road, and it was right soon before school started, if I remember right. And just a very easy, free-flowing conversation. And again, like the others here tonight, the love of kids. And what stood out to me was that a student from her previous district transferred in here, and when she realized that Amy worked here, her eyes lit up like the fireworks are going off. So, not that I needed any validation, because the moment, the opportunity when we met, I knew she was going to fit in here. The challenge that we have with Ms. Molina's schedule is that a lot of kids want to take her classes, and sometimes we have to understand that when you're in a classroom that looks like 4 different kitchens, there's only ample space for a certain number of kids, and our kids are, whether it's, a middle school fat class or it's clothing and design, they're very popular electives, and our kids love to engage in those, so thank you. And Tatum's right is Joey Palladino, and I remember receiving a call from a principal, again, local district, and he was a long-term sub. And the principal said, if I had a spot, I'd be hired yesterday, and that was evident when I met him. We didn't even get to the opportunity to even mention that, hey, the next step would be meeting with our superintendent, but I think he'd be a good fit here. He was already asking me for the curriculum for positive psychology. So I figured that if he was already asking to do the work, we might as well get him on board. And 4 years later, again, like the others in front of us, has been a tremendous asset for the kids, and that's where it starts. And the last person I want to mention is Melissa Geronik, who was unable to be here this evening. She is one of our special ed teachers, and Melissa has a daunting task of being our 11th grade special ed teacher. And every grade is difficult, right, nowadays, but 11th grade is a huge year with our English regents and U.S. history regents, and Ms. Geronik does an amazing job supporting her kids in some very challenging times. 2 relatively tough regents exams, and she gets our kids prepared and gets them through that. So the 5 that are, the 4 that are in front of you and the 5 that are on the board, without hesitation, should be tenured tonight. And I'm very grateful and thankful. I speak for not only our administrative team, our staff, our faculty, our teachers, and most importantly, our kids. Our kids deserve the 5 that will be tenured this evening. So congratulations. It's an amazing accomplishment. It's something that you should be very proud of. I'm proud to call you all colleagues, and again, most importantly, our kids deserve you, so congratulations. Thank you guys, again, congratulations. So again, a few pictures from today. A lot of smiles, even though some of the changes we talked about. Kids were engaged, and that was the feedback. I wasn't in many classrooms today, but I was in the halls, all over the building. We met as a faculty this afternoon. We always do the first day just for feedback, and that was the overall consensus. It was a really good first day. The kids were interacting, socializing, and engaged. So, day 1 was great. Tomorrow's day 2, we want to see the same thing and keep it moving forward. So, a really, really positive first day here at the junior senior high school. Feedback. Kevin mentioned it. I'll say it again, the conversation with students today is that, you know, personally, I respect your view professionally. We have to follow rules to the point where sometimes Mr. Kolakowski asks me to do something that I maybe personally don't want. We have to be supportive of this change. You know, if it takes 20 days, they say it takes 20 days to change a habit, we can't ask these kids to do it by the end of first period. So we've been very supportive in helping them, you know, with this change, unfavorable change for most, but I think over the course of the next couple of weeks, we'll really make some momentum where it's going to become a habit, and that's our job. Again, to Kevin's point, students, the parents, there's some concerns, and I can tell you that our job is to make our students more well-rounded in eliminating this distraction by keeping cell phones and other internet connected devices in the locker is going to be very beneficial in doing so. Summer. So we modified and tweaked what summer school looked like. In the past, we've used an online curriculum for recovery credit. And I think, although that was beneficial, I think we need that direct instruction when it comes to our Regents exams. So what we did this year is every Regents exam that we offered, we did a 2-week review. I'm happy to say that we had 25 Regents tests passed and credits earned this year. What we definitely noticed was, you know, unfortunately not every kid passed, but probably mostly every kid improved their score from June to August. And those kids that unfortunately didn't pass this time, we're hopeful that they're going to pass in January. But the changes we made, I think, benefited our kids, and that's why we did it. And again, we earned, you know, 25 more Regents tests were passed in August than from June. So I definitely think the change, the tweak in the environment, the vehicle we used for summer school with regards to credits was beneficial this year. Just a reminder, senior sunrise tomorrow morning. Thank you to our senior class for organizing this. I'm sure we'll have a lot of our seniors out on the field tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for the senior sunrise. It's something that we've done from year to year. It seems to be one of those first couple of days events for our seniors to go out there and just sort of take it all in. You know, this is their senior year. This is it. And we want to make sure the 180 days that they're here in school that we're providing them with an experience that they're going to remember for a lifetime. So I'm hopeful tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6:15, we'll have a bunch of seniors for senior sunrise out on our athletic field. Coach Stacks talked about open house. Again, we'll have Thursday, September 25th from 6 to 8. As we get closer, I will send out agendas and information regarding what to expect and make sure all of our parents will have their child schedule so they can go to each class and get an understanding of what the child is learning and what the environment is like and the learning style and the teacher. And again, it's a very well attended night. So looking forward to that. Last week we did have we had 6th grade orientation, which is one of our most popular events because all the kids, they want their schedule in their lockers, and boy, they're still struggling with the 6th graders, they're still struggling with those locks. If I had to pull all 6th graders, if they said what was the worst thing today, it's the lock. But probably on Monday or Tuesday, our 6th graders will be comfortable going to the locker and locking that master locker there. So, questions?
A big game coming up Friday, don't we?
7 p.m. tomorrow night down the road still, our football team will play. A lot of our teams have already started. We're off to a good start. But yes, tomorrow night, season opener kicks off, Coach.
You know, one final group that we didn't mention yet tonight, they're sitting right in front of us. So, representing the IT department, Dan Giacomo, a lot got done in short order to make sure that we were ready, because you put your personal devices away, you're relying on the school infrastructure.
Very well said.
Yeah, Dan, Brian Gidley, Steve Lester, thanks for getting it done this summer, and we appreciate you guys making sure that we were up and running the way we needed to be in order for a smooth start. So well done.
So similar to what Mr. Dykner mentioned about going to pods tomorrow over the next couple of days, I'm meeting, have a meeting tomorrow morning with our class, our senior class, and then likewise over the next couple of days, meeting with the rest of the classes just to welcome back and go into some of the expectations and some of the changes and some of the rationale. Again, not every change or tweak is going to be favorable in the eyes initially, in their mindsets initially, but it's about the bigger picture, and some of those meetings that will take place, I'll explain the rationale. So, any other questions?
No, I would like to just personally congratulate all people who receive tenure. I know the importance of it. I know how hard we work to achieve it, and it is an honor. So congratulations.
What impressed me, guys, young people just got your tenure, but I got mine in 1976. But to see you hug together at the end made me feel real good, because we are one team. We all have the same objective, the best education we can provide. We want to work with everybody, we want to be one team, so it's wonderful to see it, and I also congratulate you. Look forward to working with you all. So thank you for that. Moving on to the board action, we received an update, a report from our special ed director. It might be a different title, but I'll always call it special ed director, Luso. I want to thank you for that. It was very informative, and at the same time, it was very eye-opening. You have a massive job, and I know you work very hard to get things done. And again, we're here to help you in any way we can. I couldn't be more thrilled that you were chosen for this job. You know, you love kids. You know, you proved that in high school, and I know you love our school district. So I'm very happy to have you, Molly, and thanks for that report.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to board action items A through, we're going to have can I have a motion to approve action items A through F? Motion? Cole. Second? Kathy? Okay, discussion. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. So that was A through F. Okay, now we'll run to personnel. Really important things we just saw earlier. I'd like to have a motion to appoint the following teachers' tenure as per the recommendation of the building administrators, Mr. Dykeman and Mr. Mitchell. Again, I'll say James Mariano, the tenure area of ELA 7 through 12, Lindsay Zabilski, in the tenure area of childhood education 1 through 6, Joseph Palomino, in the tenure area of social studies 7 through 12, Beth Lapadera, in the tenure area of Spanish 7 through 12, Melissa Geronovic, in the tenure area of special ed, and Amy Scott, in the tenure area of the family and consumer science. Could I have a motion, please? Motion. Mrs. Greenhouse, second. Karen. Any discussion of that? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Congratulations. Go ahead, yeah, you guys, really. We'll move on to, let's see where I'm at. Motion, okay, we're down here. Motion to accept the following resignations as outlined in A through D below. And I will read the names. It's Patrick Mullen as a teacher aide, Kayla Edwards as a teacher aide, Carla Monahan as a teacher aide, Elizabeth Mims Barker as a teacher aide. I'd like to thank all of you people for your service here, and I wish you the best of luck in future endeavors. May I have a motion to accept those following resignations? Darren, second. Kathy, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, next order of business. Motion to approve the change of employment status from probationary to permanent of Miguel Roberts as a teacher aide, effective July 27th, 2025. Motion, Pat Greenhouse, second, Kathy Young. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Next order of business is a motion to approve the CSBA probationary appointments as outlined in A through F below. Right? No, I said A through G. Oh, it's A through G. Yeah, it's not just one. We're going to do them all. A through G. It says A through F on mine, though. Yeah, okay, very good. Jennifer Williams as a one-year term, teacher aide, effective September 2nd, 2025, and ending on or about June 26, 2025. Anthony Basson, if I pronounce your name wrong, I apologize. As a one-year term, teacher aide, effective September 2nd, 2025. Mary Ann Jones is a bus driver, effective December 2nd, 2025. Lee Amber Segredo Duke as a one-year term teacher aide, effective September 2nd, 2025. Kayla Woodworth as a one-year term teacher aide, September 2nd, 2025. Terry Brown as a one-year term teacher aide, effective September 2nd, 2025. Orangey as a 5-hour food service helper, effective September 2nd, 2025. May I have a motion? Nicole, second. Gary, discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. The next would be a motion of certified instruction for summer instruction. I need a motion to approve Joe Yankowski, that's a familiar name, as a certified instructor for summer instruction, retroactive from July 1st, 2025, and ending August 30th, 2025, at the MTA proposal professional contractual rate. May I have a motion? Mr. Greenall, second. Darren? Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Next is motion. I'm going to need a motion to approve the resolution to appoint James DeVito as an independent contractor consultant for treasurer training services at $50 an hour under terms of the attached accepted agreement. Motion, Mrs. Greenhall, second, Mrs. Young. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Next order of business is we need a motion to approve Karen Green to the following annual appointments, effective September 1st, 2025. And ending on June 30th, 2026, at no additional salary. Civil rights officer and Title IX officer. Purchasing agent. Whale officer. Deputy Central Treasurer for Junior Senior Class Fund. Deputy District Clerk and Deputy Tax Collectors. There's a lot of hats to wear. Thank you for taking all that on. Can I have a motion, please? Nicole second. And then Nicole. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Approved coaching positions. I need a motion to approve the following coaching appointments in the 2025 fall season as per the recommendation of the athletic director, Tom Berrigan. Contingent on mandated certifications completed and up-to-date and appropriate number of student athletes. To comprise a team, Nick DiCarlo, modified football volunteer, Elizeka, volunteer JV and varsity football. Being a volunteer and putting those out, all those hours in, is really a wonderful thing to have. That people are community to do that, so I really appreciate that. Motion? Aaron's, second. Kathy Young. Discussions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Motion, we're going to move on to our substitute appointments. Motion to adopt the resolution and appoint the following substitutes as listed below.
It's your discretion.
Okay. Rachel Tahan, went and screw up the names. Rachel Tan, registered nurse. Michelle Sundin, registered nurse. Christy Petito. Michelle Plowman, Warner Foreman. Elizabeth Johnson, Ashley Bertino. Madison Bacon, Emma Baker, George Francis Casas, and Dale Christopher. It's always hard to find good substitutes. We have a nice list here to do it. May I have a motion? Kathy Young, second. Nicole. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, next order of business here, we have visitor comments. Are there any visitor comments? Okay, go ahead.
Hi. I just wanted to give a shout out to a few people. A lot of people don't see everything that goes on here. I concur about Molly. I've been very impressed. I've been working with her since first week of July, and special ed is not an easy job. People don't realize the amount of work that goes into everything that happens there, and so many unexpected things that happen every single day. We've been slammed with transfer students over the past few weeks, and you know, it's been a lot, and she just goes with it. It's wonderful, it really is. She's very energetic, and you know, it's a really good fit. I also wanted to say someone else that we work with a lot is Mike Pratt, and he does an outstanding job, and y'all should cry when he says the word retirement, because I don't know how, I don't know how the district doesn't lock him that seriously, because we deal with him a lot, and a lot of our stuff is last minute because we don't know what's coming down or whatever else, and he just is so easy to deal with, very personable, doesn't get flustered. If something goes wrong, he just pivots and he does an amazing job. And I said it to him, with all the institutional knowledge that he has, wow. We're going to get someone to work with him for 6 months to a year ahead of time, because hopefully he's not going anywhere soon. And I also want to say, having been here every day this summer, I see a lot that goes on as a 12-month employee. And our custodial staff, I don't know how they do what they do, quite frankly. It's hot and humid in this school, not my office, thank God. But I don't know how they do all that physical stuff, and there's a lot for them to do in a short amount of time. So they do an outstanding job under crazy circumstances sometimes. So I just wanted to give them a shout out, because I see a lot of what they do, and it's a lot of work. And Joe Manzer has his hands full trying to organize everything. And I also wanted to say that Joe's great. I called him the other day, I needed something, and it was important to me, not necessarily important in the big scheme of things. And he sent something right over and did a wonderful job and put some things up in Molly's office. Just a huge help. And I know they're really busy all the time anyway, so thank you.
I was surprised how many transfers we have in. To me, it opened like 24, I believe, new students coming in.
Close to 30, I think.
Close to 30? Oh, with all kinds of special needs.
That's just special education students.
I didn't know that. God bless you. Thank you.
We'll figure it out.
I know Kim says you go, just roll in, I see that. Thank you. I think we're all set. Motion to adjourn. I'll second.